my dear students, welcome back 10th class. Today I'll continue with trends of periods and groups in modern periodic table. I've already discussed in my previous videos about all the discoveries and Mendeleev and modern periodic table. Let me rewind once. In modern periodic table, there are, yes, horizontal lines which are called periods. There are 7 periods, and vertical columns, horizontal rows called periods. There are total 7 periods, and vertical columns, that is known as groups, that is 18. This is the difference between Mendeleev and modern. In Mendeleev there are 6 periods and 8 groups, but in modern periodic table there are 7 periods and 18 groups, right? I have already discussed all. Today we are going to discuss that trends when we move from left to right. That means I am talking about, yes student, periods. When we move from left to right, periods. When we move from top to bottom, then we are talking about groups. So what are the characteristics that takes place when we move from left to right? That is period. So period I'll discuss in this. In the next video I'll discuss with the trends in groups. Ready? Yes. Now this is how I have that also told you have to practice like this till 20 atomic number is in your syllabus. It will not more than that. But from left to right, whenever we are talking about total periodic table. That means complete periodic table. The trend goes on like this. Okay. Now plus 10 which is not there in your syllabus. Left side, that is, always remember, the left side of the table, right side of the table, right? That means left, see this is left and this is right. Whenever we move across from left to right along the period, or from left to right whenever we move across the period, that means I am talking about horizontal rows. When we move from top to bottom, that is vertical columns, yes, down, top to bottom, down the group. This is the line you have to mention. Left to right across the period, and top to bottom, yes, down the group, that is groups. Now first characteristic. Now before in this, I will take one example of third period. Suppose this is the third period. Yes student, third period, if I am talking about sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine and argon. Now I have taken one line to explain this. That means I am talking about all the trends, all the elements which are moving from left to right will show the same characteristic property. Okay? Except in between there are some changes which is not there in your syllabus. Yes, variations are there. Now according to your syllabus. Yes student. Now if I am talking about sodium, this is an atom. Atom, that means it has nucleus in the center and KLM shell, that is we are distributing the electrons in those particular shells. If I am talking about the atomic number of sodium, so sodium, the nucleus is in the center, that is proton is there. Now in 10th class we will call it as the nuclear charge or proton. So nuclear charge and electrons are continuously revolving around the nucleus which contains the number of electrons. See, now if I am talking about this atom KLM, that means 281. Okay, now magnesium 282 because 8 plus 2, 10 and 12. Right? Now 12, then 13, 283, 284, 285, like this goes on. When we are distributing these electrons, what will we observe? Now, what is the meaning of valence electron? The first characteristic of valence electron, what happens when we move from left to right? What happens to the valence electron? Now, what is the meaning of valence electron, students? It is the outermost electron. Outermost electron, here I mention with red. See, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That means valence electron when we move from left to right, yes students, increases. Whenever we move along the period, the valence electron increases. Simple. Okay, so you will write increase. And these are the trends you have to remember. Next is valency. What is valency? It is an ability to lose or gain electron. Now when we are moving from left to right, that means 281, 1 positive, means it can lose 1 electron. Magnesium can lose 2 electron, 282. Now 3, that is aluminium, loses 3 electron. Carbon, silicon, that is 4, may lose, may gain. Okay, so 4, that means I'm talking about metal as well, but mostly it comes under the category of non-metal. Yes, next is 5. Now more than 4 electrons are not going to lose. It will gain electron. Already you all know about all this. Now 5, that means it will gain 3 negative. 3 electrons to complete its octet, that is 8 electron. Already you know why it is gaining, why it is losing. See here, if it is 1 losing, 8, that is complete. 2, 8, 2, 2 losing, 2, 8, complete. So electrons has to be complete in that particular shell. So that is how much it is losing, how many it is gaining. That shows the valency. Now here 5 can't able to lose, so it will gain 3 electron. Ability to gain 3 electron, so we will put 3 negative. If oxygen, sulfur, 286. 286, that means it has an ability to, yes, gain 2 electrons. 287, chlorine, 1 electron, and 288 shells are complete, so 0 valency. So what happens to the valency when we move from left to right across the period? Valency 1, 2, 3, 4. That means valency first increases from 1 to 4, then decreases from 4 to 0. That is 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Simple. First increases from 1 to 4 and then decreases from, decreases from 4 to 0. Correct, student? Got it? Yes, very easy chemistry. This chapter is totally logic. If you understood about all this, if you are understanding this, that means it will be very easier for you. Okay? So many questions when I discuss, you'll find nothing is there. Only logic questions are going to come. Mostly these questions are coming in high order thinking questions in Cbse. Yes? Okay. Now third property. First property, valence electron means increases from 1 to 8, and then valency first increases from 1 to 0 and then decreases from, 1 to 4 and then decreases from 4 to 0. Next is very important, 2 marks question. What happens to the size when we move from left to right across the period? Now, yes, size increases or decreases, student? Yes. Increases? No, it is decreasing. It is decreasing. Why the size is decreasing when we are moving along the period? Okay. Now what happens? Listen very carefully. We know that when we move from left to right, atomic number increases. See, atomic numbers are increasing. In 9th section, you have studied about if the atomic number is increasing, the electrons are increasing, and when the electrons are increasing, then the protons are increasing. Yes, so atomic number is equal to electron is equal to proton. But electron is negatively charged and proton is positively charged. Electrons revolves around the nucleus and protons are residing in the nucleus. Correct, student? Yes. Now, see what happens when we move from left to right. Size decreases. Why? Move from left to right, atomic number increases. Correct? Now, when atomic number increases, that means number of electrons are increasing. 1, 2, 3, 4. That means number of electrons are also increasing. And if the number of electrons are increasing, the nuclear charge, this is the nuclear charge, that is proton is present there, that is also increasing. Because electron is equal to proton, which is the nuclear charge. Nucleus inside nucleus. That is why it is called nuclear charge. So electrons are increasing, nuclear charge is increasing, electron is negative and the nuclear charge is positive. So what happens? Positive, negative electrons. So attraction increases. Because shell remains the same. Shells are not increasing. That means electrons are not far from the nucleus. So when the shells are remaining same, that is KLM, 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 that is shell remains the same. So electrons are continuously increasing and the nuclear attraction increases. From nucleus to that electron, they are attracting each other. They are attracting each other. So yes, when the attraction increases, then size decreases. Shall I repeat this in Hindi? When I used to speak in English, some of them as a ma'am explained in Hindi. When I go with Hindi, some of them says English. So I have tried that first I'll explain in English, then I'll go with Hindi where it is required. Okay student? Now, क्यों साइज कम होता है, एटॉमिक साइज क्यों कम होता है जब हम लेफ्ट टू राइट पीरियड्स में चलेंगे. सो व्हाट हैपेंस व्हेन वी मूव फ्रॉम लेफ्ट टू राइट, आपका एटॉमिक नंबर बढ़ेगा. 9th में आपने पढ़ा था अगर एटॉमिक नंबर ज्यादा है तो इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ज्यादा होंगे जो चारों तरफ घूम रहे हैं एंड प्रोटॉन्स भी ज्यादा होंगे. ओके, सो अगर एटॉमिक नंबर बढ़ रहा है तो डेफिनेटली इलेक्ट्रॉन्स भी बढ़ रहे हैं. Yes, because it is equal to. और अगर इलेक्ट्रॉन्स बढ़ेंगे तो आपके न्यूक्लियस के अंदर प्रोटॉन्स भी बढ़ेंगे. बट प्रोटॉन आपका प्लस है और इलेक्ट्रॉन आपका माइनस है. और आपको पता है अगर इट इज पॉजिटिव एंड नेगेटिव, यस स्टूडेंट, अट्रैक्शन इज देयर. ठीक है. एंड शेल रिमेन्स द सेम, शेल वही के वही है. तो आपका फर्स्ट शेल में 1 2, दैट मीन्स आपके शेल तो सेम है लेकिन इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आपके बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. इलेक्ट्रॉन्स आपके बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. सो अगर इलेक्ट्रॉन बढ़ रहे तो नंबर ऑफ प्रोटॉन्स भी बढ़ रहे हैं. एंड न्यूक्लियर चार्ज, प्रोटॉन मीन्स न्यूक्लियर चार्ज, तो न्यूक्लियस का अट्रैक्शन ज्यादा होगा. और न्यूक्लियस अगर अपनी तरफ इलेक्ट्रॉन को खींचेगा तो साइज क्या हो जाएगा स्टूडेंट्स, इट विल डिक्रीज, कम हो जाएगा. सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, whenever move from left to right across the period, size always decreases. 2 mark question, what happens to the size when we move from left to right across the period? कर लोगे 2 नंबर क्वेश्चन. रीजन ये देखो, डिट्टो इसी को लिख दोगे टू द पॉइंट. डिक्रीजेस बिकॉज एटॉमिक नंबर इंक्रीजेस, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स इंक्रीजेस, न्यूक्लियर चार्ज ऑफ प्रोटॉन इंक्रीजेस, शेल रिमेन्स द सेम, न्यूक्लियर अट्रैक्शन इंक्रीजेस, सो द साइज डिक्रीजेस. Okay, so 3 properties we have done. Next is radius. Same reason, radius, that is distance from electron to the nucleus. This is radius. Reason वही हो जाएगा, same reason size का. तो radius, what will happen to the radius? Decreases. Please ये कहीं note down कर लोगे. During exam it will be easier for you to learn. Next term, metallic character. What is the meaning of metallic character? मैंने metal non metal में भी बताया था. Metallic means to lose करने की ability. आप यहाँ पे देखो, 1 जल्दी से lose करेगा. Second, 2 electrons will lose a little later. 3 electrons will take time. 4 up. Now what happens? 1 positive, 2 positive, 3 positive. That means metallic character is decreasing. Students, decreasing. क्योंकि if it is 1 electron outermost, it will lose very fast. That is why sodium is highly reactive, can catch fire. That is why kept in kerosene oil. See, very easy. Metal, non-metal, again we are relating here only. Yes, so whatever the 1 outermost, that is hydrogen, lithium, sodium, potassium, they all have 1 electron in its outermost. So they are very highly reactive. So what happens? Metallic characters decreases. Metallic character decreases. So what you will write? Metallic character, that is losing ability, will decrease. And gaining ability. Students, gaining ability. So metallic character, it is decreasing, and non-metallic, that means ability to gain electron. When it is gaining, see here 3, it will take time to gain 3 electrons, it will take time 2, and 1 negative means बहुत आसानी से अपनी तरफ खींच लेगा 1 electron. So what happens? Non-metallic character increases. Ability to gain electron increases because 1 electron can gain very fast. Okay, so metallic character decreases, non-metallic character to gain ability, what happens then? It will increase. Yes, these are all characteristic feature. Next is electropositive character. What do you mean by electropositive, students? To lose. So electropositive character, again with the metallic, same metallic जैसा ही होगा. Electropositive means to lose, that means it will decrease, and electronegative character will increase. Yes, reactivity. This is very high reactive, this is low reactive. So reactivity first decreases and then increases. So common अगर पूछ रहे what happens from left to right? Reactivity increases. Okay, yes, but if they say what happens with a metal and non-metal, the reactivity very high reactive, then reactivity first decreases, then increases. but commonly reactivity increases. This question comes does not so important, but you can take care of कि reactivity from left to right increases. Okay. Now next is nature of oxides. Is very important. I have discussed in metal, non-metal, acid, base. What is the nature of oxides when I am talking about left to right? That means left side all are metals. Metals. Left side and right side they are non-metals. And whenever I am talking about metals, I am talking about basic. So what is the nature of their oxides? Like aluminium oxide, sodium oxide, magnesium oxide, calcium oxide. So many oxides are there can form. So whenever we are talking about metal, they always form basic oxides. Basic oxides. And when they are talking about, yes, across the period, basic oxide decreases and acidic oxide increases because non-metallic character is increasing. So, basic character decreases means metallic is decreasing and non-metallic increases. So, non-metallic character, that means acidic character increases. Acidic character increases because left side we are talking about non-metals. Left side we are talking about metals and right side we are talking about non-metal. So basic character, what happens? Basic character decreases, basic character of the oxide, that is metallic oxide, and non-metallic, that is acidic character, will increase because we know that non-metals always form acids. Okay, now let me recall. These are only 10 characteristic feature is there in your syllabus. That means now start. Shall I start, student? Yes? Ready? Now first characteristic. Valence electron across the period. Yes? Increases. Valency first increases from 1 to 4, then decreases 4 to 0. Yes? Size decreases. Reason already you all know about. Next is metallic character. That means positivity. Positive 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus, that is decreasing. 3, आप 3 प्लस से ये मत सोचो कि 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन तो ज्यादा हुए. नो, 3 इलेक्ट्रॉन को लूज करने में टाइम लगेगा एक एक करके, बट 1 इलेक्ट्रॉन फट से निकल जाएगा. ठीक है. सो मेटालिक कैरेक्टर डिक्रीजेस एंड गेनिंग एबिलिटी 1 फट से ले लेगा, 2 लेने में थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा. सो नेगेटिविटी, दैट मीन्स यस नॉन मेटालिक कैरेक्टर इंक्रीजेस. ओके. एंड अगर मैं मेटालिक की बात कर रही हूं तो इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव. इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव मीन्स एबिलिटी टू लूज. सो अगर कितनी एनर्जी लग रही है उसे लूज करने में, अगर इसकी बात की जाए इलेक्ट्रोपॉजिटिव कैरेक्टर की, तो आप क्या बोलोगे? डिक्रीजेस. इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव कैरेक्टर, कितनी एनर्जी चाहिए फट से लेने में, तो दैट इज इलेक्ट्रोनेगेटिव कैरेक्टर. यस, इंक्रीजेस. Okay, and reactivity increases. Last one is 1 negative. Very highly reactive. Okay, and next is last, atomic radius. Yes students, same as atomic size, that is decreasing. And nature of oxides, basic character decreases, acidic character increases क्योंकि non metal बढ़ते जा रहे हैं. ओके, थैंक यू सो मच स्टूडेंट. प्लीज एक दो बार इसको लेके बैठ जाओगे. पूरा ये ट्रेंड अगर आपको आ गया, आपको क्वेश्चंस ऐसे नहीं पूछा जाएगा. आई विल एक्सप्लेन यू अबाउट व्हाट सॉर्ट ऑफ क्वेश्चन दे आर गोइंग टू आस्क यू. आई टेक वन सेपरेट सेशन फॉर दिस कि व्हाट सॉर्ट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर गोइंग टू कम. दे विल गिव इंक्रीज अकॉर्डिंग टू द इंक्रीजिंग order of reactivity, order of metallic character, order of non-metallic character. What happens when you move from left to side? Suppose they will give you 4-5 elements. Size के according आपको greater than less than का करना है. Yes, I will discuss. Don't worry at all. Next session, I'll continue with characteristic of groups. Okay, student? Yes, thank you so much for sitting so patiently. Yes, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you so much, students.